Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to live peacefully with a toxic person. In most relationships, there's this gray area which mostly happens when you found out that your partner is toxic, but you can't just leave yet, probably because you are planning your exit, or you lack enough finances, or you lack enough support, or you just hope they will change, or you're just living in this fear and intimidation, or even disability, or just any reason which may prevent you from leaving that relationship. It's of course a tough spot to be in because you've become aware of the abusive ways and you can't unsee what you've seen. At times you may even wish that you had not known about the abusive ways. You will start feeling more anxious and sadder as you're still living in the same roof with the person you don't really know who they are. Of course, the best thing for you to do is to leave that relationship as soon as possible, as soon as you find out that it's toxic. Because the more you stay, the more you'll get traumatized and hurt. But I understand that there are some factors which may make it really hard for you to just wake up, pack up your bags and leave. So this video is for you if you're still in that relationship and you can't leave yet, but you want to lessen the effect of the emotionally abusive ways of your partner, or just to live more peacefully with that toxic person. But this video should not be an encouragement for you to stay. It should just be kind of a foundational piece of your healing journey. But the ultimate goal is to leave that relationship. I hope you'll find it helpful. One first thing which may help you live peacefully with a toxic person is to create damning activities which keep you away from them. Something about verbal abuse is that they won't harm you much if you don't read about them or if you don't hear about them. If someone abuses you, like, let's say, 1 kilometer away and you don't even hear about what they say, that verbal abuse will not affect you. It can be that simple. So while you are still in that relationship, always have these dummy activities or imaginary activities, because you know every interaction with a toxic person leaves a dent in your self-esteem and self-worth. So the more you look for ways to avoid them, the more you will regain your self-worth. It can be hard, of course, to avoid them because we are living under the same roof, but you can find yourself some dummy activities like keeping yourself busy in the kitchen, in the bedroom, folding laundry, playing with the kids, or just anything which makes sense and keeps you away from them. The key here is to always have those list of activities you can engage in when they are around. That will really help you minimize the contact you have with that toxic partner of yours. You may even do something like fold the clothes for 2 hours. That's much better than being with them, because the more you are with them, the more they'll call you all those names. But the more you are away from them, they won't have anyone to call those names. And you'll be doing an activity which they will think it's an activity worth doing. But in the real sense, you are avoiding them. That will really help you when you want to live peacefully with that toxic person. Another way to live peacefully with a narcissist or a toxic person is to avoid those instances which bring the most arguments. Since you've been with them for some time, you already have an idea of what triggers them to argue and go wild. The best thing is to minimize those situations as much as possible. Also, if you feel that an argument is about to arise, just agree with them, as it's something you can't win. And it's more like an environment they thrive in. Agreeing here does not mean that you allow someone to put your hands on you. It's more like you just looking at the effect of those arguments on your mental health. Because the more they argue, the more they'll call you all those names, and the more they'll start calling you crazy and insane and all kinds of things. Some sorts of arguments may be something small like food is not well cooked, you are late, the car is not correctly parked. These are things which you can just agree, because at the end of the day, agreeing does not really demean you. In fact, it uplifts you, because it means that you are avoiding this kind of arguments. It's more like you are feeding their ego, but keeping yourself safe as you work on yourself. Another way to live peacefully with a toxic partner is to have zero expectations. One thing about toxic relationship is that it's not always 100% toxic. And your partner at times may show glimpses of their false self by either complimenting you or bringing that rare gift. Do not fall for this. As I always say, one act of kindness does not erase the fact that someone is abusive. You may start having this glimmer of hope that they are changing, only for them to subject you to more of the same cycle of abuse. So in order to maintain your sanity and limit your disappointments, have zero expectations that your partner will change or that your partner will be the same person she was early on in the relationship, and this will really keep you away from disappointments. This will also mean that you will not be lured back into the illusionary phase of that relationship, because you already know that this person is toxic and this person cannot change. And even if this person does good things like this, I'll just take them as they are, but I'll not make a huge meaning out of the positive actions they are doing to me. It's just like a normal thing. That will really prevent you from being drawn back into that same cycle of abuse. Another way that will help you be more peaceful with a toxic partner or a narcissistic person is to start building this strong support network. The relationship may have isolated you from your friends and family, but now that you've noticed they are toxic, build that strong support network that will offer you emotional, physical support when you need it. This support will also give you a sense of belonging, that you are not alone in this journey, and there are people out there who can help you when you ask for it. Of course, your toxic partner may have tried to triangulate you with some of your support network, and that's why it's really important for you to really be in contact with only those people who you trust, and not people who side with the abuser or the enablers. Just build a strong support network of people who you trust and people who are on your side, and not people who are on the side of the abuser. That will really help you have this peace, knowing that there is a safety net. One other thing which may be helpful for your mental health, especially after you found that your partner is toxic and you're still in that relationship, is to, of course, take care of yourself. Do things which promote your general well-being. You can, of course, you might have picked those unhealthy habits like binge eating, unconscious drinking, or just laying in the couch watching TV, because it provides temporary pain relief. But the best thing for you to do, so for the sake of your mental health, is to always take care of yourself, even when you don't feel like doing it. You can take care of yourself by exercising, journaling, maintaining proper physical hygiene, grooming, reading a book, eating healthy food, or just do anything which makes you feel good about yourself. You see, one thing about taking care of yourself is it will improve your self-worth and sense of value, and this will even add more fuel as you plan your exit. The relationship may have ruined you or made you feel worthless, but the more you take care of yourself, the more you feel that you deserve it. Of course, a toxic partner may discourage you not to groom yourself, but you just have to do it, even if, as long as you avoid those arguments. Some self-care practices also, like journaling or exercising, will also provide a way to release those negative energy you get on a daily basis from their verbally abusive ways. So take care of yourself even if you're still in that relationship. Do not wait to leave the relationship so that you can start taking care of yourself. Do the small things, take a walk, exercise, as long as it improves your general well-being. Another way which can help you live peacefully with a narcissist or a toxic person is to educate yourself on some aspects of toxic relationships. Educating yourself will provide you with a better understanding of the do's and don'ts when you are dealing with a toxic person. You can find a book or just a video and just watch these things secretly. They don't have to know that you are watching them, because if they know you are watching them, they'll find ways to manipulate you more. Educating yourself will just improve your awareness on various aspects of toxic relationships, and it will also help you come to terms on why you need to leave that relationship, and it will also give you tips on how to handle the manipulator in the best possible way. One last way that may help you live peacefully with a toxic person is to, of course, seek help. You can seek help through therapy, counselor, or any skilled helper who's informed with the intricacies of a toxic relationship. This will provide you with a platform to heal, develop a positive outlook on what you're going through. It will also help you to develop the best plan of action when it comes to handling the relationship or even planning your exit. Seek help where you have to. But of course, if you're seeking help, do it secretly. The narc or the toxic person should never know that you're seeking help, because if they know, it can be a bit dangerous for you to be in that relationship, and they can also find ways to manipulate you or gaslight you more. Staying in a toxic relationship is not easy, but some of the practices I've listed above will just help you regulate and maintain your sanity when you just can't live yet. It may help you live peacefully with a toxic spouse, but one thing to note is that do not use these steps as a means of postponing your stay in the relationship. If you are in a toxic relationship, always live each day planning your way out, as that's the safest spot for you. And if the relationship is violent in any way, do not even think about staying. Just leave to the safest shelter you can get, and then you'll do the planning once you are out of that environment. Always remember that you deserve a better life. And even if you feel like you still love your partner, it's also okay to love them, but from a distance where their emotional torture cannot affect your mental health. That's it from me, guys. Stay safe, happy healing, and always know that you deserve a better life.